God, just 1 week off. I missed you. I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest. It sounds super gay, and it sounds like real kiss assy, but I missed you so much. I did something I don't normally do. I listened to our podcast.
oh, you gave it a listen, huh?
I was shooting basketball, listening to your solo episode, my own little
Nice.
private indoor court,
Oh
and
boy.
it was well. At least I know I don't have to see Child's Play.
I saved you from that.
Save me
I
from that.
saved you. I saved you from that. But if you listen to it, give it a shot when it's on TNT. All right.
Jesus, I'm not even going to remember.
It's just to see what they did, the choices they made. I still say it's a fucking script that existed 6 years ago.
I
They
don't have
skipped it.
TNT.
Or whatever. Tibula, one of the fucking online streaming ones. Tubu. I don't know.
You're making shit up now. There's no Tubu.
No. There's a Voodoo. There's a Tibby.
Well,
I just got an ad for it. But yeah, I missed you too. I missed you too.
It's
At
great
first
to be
I was
back.
frustrated. I was frustrated because I was like, I gotta do a solo episode. I hate doing those, but it went well. And then I was like, oh, I just kind of miss them.
Yeah, and you know what? You did a great job. It was a good episode. I listened to the entire thing start to finish.
Nice.
You know?
That's when you know you nailed it.
Yeah, I mean it was good, and you talked about wrestling a little bit in there, and it I don't know, it almost I almost started talking back to you, like he's just in my ears. He's not. I can't talk to him.
Yeah.
I almost had to do a solo episode today. Dale, why was that? What happened?
Because internet problems starting last night, and I get home, you see that fucking little yellow icon in the tray, and you're like, "Guy, I hate this guy." This little fucking yellow.
You're like, oh, it's my Friday. I'm gonna kick back, play some over. What the fuck is this?
I see that little yellow exclamation point just staring at me. So I do all the basics, unplug this, reset that, give it a little go. Didn't work, so I said, okay, well maybe it's just there was a storm. Fine, write it out. Didn't come back last night. So I wake up this morning, say, all right, it's gotta be back by now. And there he was in the corner, just fucking give me the double birds. So I had to do the legit troubleshooting, logging into Xfin, checking the modems, making sure everything was working. And I've had routers go bad. We've all had routers go bad. I've had modems go bad. We've all had that. I've never had an Ethernet cable go bad, which was the case here. And it was the last thing I would have fucking guessed.
I've never had one go bad for me personally at home, but I work on these type of things all the time at work, and I've been doing it for a while, so I've seen this a bunch of times. Usually, it's some little shithole bar will have their patch cord just like duct taped to the floor, and people are just walking over it, and then when you get the tape up, the wires are all broken and smashed together, and the insulation on the cables all peeled away and split apart. And you think, well, yeah, what? Why would you think this would keep working? So are we just going to tape another one down there? So your patch cable was bad. That's interesting.
Yeah, my PC, my P cable was shot, which is weird, because everything was fine the night before, earlier that day. I was just like, what happened? Did it just commit suicide? What triggered it? Just it's time to go, huh? Just it's time.
You didn't inspect it at all when you were done to see what it might be. Didn't care that much. You're just like,
no,
I
was far too mad. Oh no, there wasn't time to play investigator. It was just get the fuck away from me. I'm plugging this black one in now. This big thick black one. I was like, look how strong it is, and it fucking worked. And I was so happy. It looks cooler. It was gray. It was a gray Ethernet cable. Now I got this, slick black cable. I'm actually happy about that, maybe the most.
So the reason you did a solo episode last week is because I was in Florida on vacation on Marco Island. It was great. I got to relax. Not as much as in the past because the boys are at that age now where they are both still little kids. But now neither one of them takes naps. They're at that age. Because I skipped a couple years of going to Marco Island. The last time I went, I think Jack was 2 or something like that. So he was still taking naps and was a lot easier to manage, and they were good. They were well behaved, but I
They
mean,
were up.
they were up and about. And I always bring a book. So a friend of mine, Vince, lent me a book about 2 years ago called "The Trouble with Diversity," and it's a really interesting book. And I was about 40 pages into it when I got to Florida, and I'm about 70 pages into it now. And usually
Okay.
that's like a guaranteed one book, two books. At one trip, I read all 3 Lord of the Rings books. So I did
That's
not get a lot
yeah.
of reading time.
Yeah, sounds like it. Is that bathroom? Those are just those toilet moments.
No, that was on the drive back, whenever one of them wasn't talking to me about something, about look at
Something.
this, watch this. But it was good. It was relaxing. I got a lot of sleep. You made a comment. I'm probably going to be 10 pounds heavier. Not the
Oh, yeah.
case. I am 0.8 pounds. I'm 0.8 of a pound heavier. And my body fat percentage is actually down 1% since I left.
Oh,
I worked out 4 times while we were in Florida, and then I worked out at one of the hotels on the way back.
Jesus.
Yeah, I worked out a lot. I'm doing this.
A hotel gym too.
Oh, this was not a bad one. This was nice. They had free weights up to 50-pound dumbbells, which is nice. They had just a flat bench that could incline a little bit. They had an elliptical and a bike and a treadmill. So I got my workout in at that hotel. The hotel gym was they updated the equipment where we stay at the resort, and it's actually a downgrade. It's like really bizarre equipment. But they still had free weights and stuff. So I worked out plenty there.
A little basketball.
Yeah, and I intermittent fasted every day because I just slept till 11 o'clock.
Hey, you've qualified for intermittent fasting.
You just sleep till lunchtime when you're on vacation. It's really easy. Like, when's breakfast? In about an hour at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's gonna be the headline. Can you lose weight by sleeping more?
If you sleep through your meals, the answer is yes. No, I'm sorry. The answer will surprise you, and then you got to click on it.
Yep. This slideshow will surprise the shit out of me.
As I pound an anti-hero right now. I just went to the gym today, too. First day back, went to the gym. Boom.
So you're just like, I liked my results. I'm celebrating with this beer.
I'm in the best tank top shape I've ever been in. So
really?
From like the chest up, the arms, the chest, the shoulders, that's the best they've ever been. But, the ass.
Oh, yeah.
The ass, the waist.
That dumper. Whew.
The ass and the waist are still, they're not even close to the best they've ever been. But they've never been great, right? They've never been great. But, yeah, I'm in pretty good tank top shape. I'm like, okay, I'm making some progress. So now I'm getting into the neuroticism of, like, well, I got to keep going. Like, I finally am seeing some results up top. I can't stop now. I can't lose what I've found. So now maybe that'll keep me at it. I tried to have a little keto dinner right now. I'm like, I got some hot dogs. I'll just fry up some hot dogs in a pan and mix them with some nacho cheese, put a little garlic powder in there, fry it all up. And I made 4 because I'm like, there's no bun. Like, it's not going to be filling. I couldn't eat them. I could only eat 2.5. It was just filling. It was too much.
Oh. I thought you were like, it was gross.
No, it tasted delicious. It was just too much to handle. I actually didn't pig out like I normally do on vacation, which is weird. What usually what screws me over is I flew out this time. I usually drive down and drive back, but I didn't have enough vacation days, so I had to fly out. Well, what usually kills me is on the way there, you're getting we stay at the hotels where you get the free breakfast and you got to make the waffle at the hotel. It's fresh. Put the waffle mix in there, and you're driving along. You go, hey, look, there's a Waffle House. Let's stop in there and eat. So there was none of that on the way down, and then I just slept through breakfast every day. So nice. I didn't do too bad. I didn't do too bad.
Nice. Did you notice it at all when you were down there? Like, oh, I'm kind of hungry.
No,
I wanna eat a burger.
No, it was
a burger?
No, it was like, oh man, I can't finish this, and that's not usually the case.
Nuts.
which was good. It was good. It was like I'd made 2 burgers and 2 dogs. And like, I'm gonna just destroy all this, and I'd eat like one of each, and like I can't finish that. It's too much. It poured rain on my fucking head when I was grilling out there. Dale, a little quiz for you. I've been listening to a lot of Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad, and those tickle me. And I got on an episode today that I had to listen to because it was the first WWF pay-per-view I ever ordered. It was King of the Ring 1994. Do you want to know why I really wanted to listen to that episode? Do you remember the significance of King of the Ring 1994?
I know it's been mentioned multiple times for a specific reason, but I can't.
I didn't remember part of this, but I remembered. I didn't remember this one part, but I remembered the other part. The part I didn't remember is that some guy from the band Blackfoot sang America the Beautiful, and it was terrible. It was god-awful, and everybody was pissed. And Vince McMahon wasn't there for the whole thing. I think he had to stay behind because of the steroid trial or something. So it was like Bruce running the whole show, and like the lighting looked like shit and everything. But this was the pay-per-view where the main event was Roddy Piper against Jerry Lawler, as they're touting the new generation.
Yeah, that Bret Hart new generation shit.
The new generation of these guys in their 40s.
And this is drug Piper too, isn't it? He wasn't great.
No, but this was Art Donovan. This was the Art Donovan. This was the how much does this guy weigh pay-per-view.
So this was around the time of the first Raw.
It was around that time.
It had to have been.
It was about a year after.
Oh, really?
94, yeah. So Art Donovan.
They brought him. Oh, okay.
This is Baltimore, and Art Donovan is there to do the how much does this guy weigh? And just hearing the build up to that, because Conrad was waiting to shit all over it, and Bruce is like, Conrad's like, you could have had him come in and watch some tape. And at least, and Bruce is like, yeah, but that wouldn't have helped. And Conrad's like, yeah, but you would have known how bad he was, and then you could have just not had him on there. But they came to the conclusion, and I agree, that now, in retrospect, it's legendary because of how dog shit that is. At one point, when he says like, "Oh, what they're great acting," like, "Oh, look at them act." The Art Donovan. Just to hear the person who was in charge when that happened, just have to sort of explain that scenario. Oh, God, it was so worth listening to. How much does this guy weigh?
I'm going to have to listen to that one. And he was just so genuine. Like, oh, look at this guy. How much does this guy weigh?
Yeah, why? Why? When he's talking about IRS, like, look at this guy. Looks like some kind of businessman. And Randy Savage talks about it. Bam Bam gets a low blow, and Randy makes a comment like, "Oh, I wonder if Luna Vachon's still gonna like him after that." And Art Donovan just didn't get the joke. He was like, "Why? Because he'll get disqualified." And he tells him, "I'll tell you later, Art." Oh God, golly, that was so good because of how bad it was. So that was good. I was listening to that while I worked out, and it was.
Was Art Donovan just Kissel from Jerky Boys?
He's a guy who played football in like the 50s, so who knows what he had left in 1994.
Did he say why he was there? Was he a local legend? Was he?
Yeah, I think it was in Baltimore. It was in Baltimore, and he played for the Baltimore Colts back in the day.
But they know that they can't hear it, right? Do they talk about that at all?
No.
Because that shit don't make sense. You have him come out, wave, and leave. You don't have him hijack your home production of it, your pay-per-view aspect.
He was in the booth.
Aspect of it.
He was in the booth for the whole goddamn show.
And I'm sure.
And it was Randy. Yeah. Him and Randy. Oh. God.
Oh, because Randy sucks too.
Oh, he's not. He's not like that.
Yeah. So if he's the good cop. Jesus.
Yeah, and Randy is usually the color guy. And it'd be
Yeah,
like
yeah.
JR or somebody, or back then maybe Vince, doing
Yes.
the play-by-play.
Yeah, and he'll, give the wrestler explanation, whereas now he's just like, "Let me explain everything to you,
Old
you
guy.
dumb old man."
These guys are great at acting.
I wonder what Macho did. I wish there was a fucking camera at the booth the whole time just to see what Macho was doing.
Oh my god. How much does this guy weigh?
Oh, see, and that's on the network, I'd imagine. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to watch that and just get back to us on if it's worth it. Because maybe it's actually like too bad. It's not so bad. It's good. It's actually just kind of unwatchable. So somebody get back to us because I bet it's awesome. Whole
Yeah.
thing.
Oh god. And some of the matches, like Mabel
Yep.
Mabel and IRS. It was like a 5-minute match where the finish is Mabel falls off the ropes
Oh,
and IRS just pins him.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh.
Sure, there
Yeah.
was a doink match somewhere,
There,
and he's just like, "There's a clown.
you know,
Who with the clown?
I think it was
Is it
like a
intermission?"
I think it was like a qualifying match on Superstars or Raw or something. It was like Owen Hart and Doink. They talked about that because
That's
it was
probably a
supposed to be
fucking baller match.
Earthquake, and Earthquake's like, nah, I think we're done here, bro. Bye bye. So they're like,
Bye bye.
Doink and Owen Hart. That
That's
was
probably a good match.
that was fun to listen to. Yeah, I bet it was. Owen Hart was good.
Owen Hart was good. Doink was solid. Man, I think I might get the network again. I
Yeah,
haven't had it. Haven't really needed it. But there's this like now I have this backlog of things I want to put my peepers on. So I might blast through them and then put the subscription back on hiatus. But I think I'm ready for a good run here. So
yeah. Watch some old classics, and
yeah.
then you get all the new stuff if you want it. It's there. So Ronda Rousey's nominated for an ESPY. So
Okay.
because now WWE has a category in the ESPYS. It's like best. I don't know if it's
Best
WWE.
Ronda Rousey performance.
No, I don't know if it's WWE specific or just pro wrestling. Probably WWE specific, but it's like the moment of the year in she's nominated for when she wins the Raw Championship
Yeah.
or something.
She ain't getting that SmackDown junk.
Like, man, what if she wins an ESPY for wrestling? Like the first ESPY for wrestling, and she won an ESPY several years ago. Like, damn, she's
Yeah,
she did a lot of shit.
she's won some ESPYs before. Best Fighter in 2015. Best fucking fighter.
Yeah, beat Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Best female athlete. So we narrow it down a little bit. That's pretty cool. What the fuck is best play? In 2015, she got best play.
Oh, I bet it's
Remember
like
that
a
play when you
specific moment
bust?
in a
Yeah,
like for a fight. It would be like a combination or a punch or something, right?
yeah. I agree with you. That's they should have found a different name. They should have called it the best moment. Which is what they did for 2019. Yeah, it's best WWE moments. They were like, this is the wrestling company we have a relationship with, so this is it.
Did it happen already, or is it not? Is the show not
It says
occurred?
nominee. It says nominee.
Okay. Man, what if she wins? She'll have fucking a shit ton of ESPYs. It's crazy. Not that those are like
Yeah, listen to
objective
you.
awards, but
What are you doing? You're like,
I'm on
big
Instagram
deal.
sometimes, and it's
She's gonna get another SP. Oh boy.
well, I mean, it's sort of it's all of those awards, ESPY, Oscars, Grammys, they're all just the industry jerking itself off. It's not there's no objectivity to it. It's all subjective, but damn, accomplishments.
Yeah, she's got a resume. She's
Doing
got a
work.
resume.
She's got a
Because
resume.
doesn't the NBA have its own award thing? Because didn't they just do an award thing like a week ago, and somebody was busting somebody else's balls really good?
That may be the case.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but man, big NBA moves have been occurring.
I
since
don't know what's going on. Yeah, that shit started last night at work, and some people are talking about it. There was a lot of names, so it's Kyrie and Kevin Durant going to the Brooklyn Nets. Is that what's
Yes.
happening?
Yes.
Whoa.
And
Whoa.
Anthony Davis has
All
gone to
right,
the
the big guy.
Lakers.
Oh man, he's gonna be playing with LeBron.
Yes.
Holy shit! That if they held hands, they could cover the whole court.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be a different season next year. Although is Durant's Achilles heel, his tendon completely ruptured, right?
Yeah.
So you're not going to be back next year. Like they got to stitch that shit together. Maybe
Yeah,
at some point in the year, but he's not
literally
going to.
thoughts and prayers are gonna help put that together because it's necessary. Because
I
that
mean,
shit is fucked.
you saw it on Twitter, right?
Yeah. Like somebody drew the curtains.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Oh man, it's like you can almost hear it. Like you're watching, you can almost hear like a pop, even though it's silent.
I don't know why I'm laughing at this man's pain.
I know it's horrible.
It was awful.
But man, to go from a calf strain to like, yeah, I think I can play in this game. Pop! Nope, I'm fucked. Who wants me? Anybody want me? The Nets are like, we'll do anything. We're fucked.
Man, it's all right. Lakers are in it. The Nets are in it. That's gonna be interesting. I saw a fucking headline. It was, I thought it was Steph Curry, and they knew what they were doing, but it wasn't about Steph Curry. It was about Seth Curry going to the Lakers. And I was like, don't blow this, this a big picture, trying to fool me. So just a B-level talent. You're just trying to trick me into clicking.
Trying to get you to do
which I did.
Trying to Brett Owen you. They're trying to get you.
I don't know what that means.
Well, they're brothers.
Yeah. They even look kind of alike. They play the same positions. You know, Brett Owen. I could tell them apart. I was like, look at that nose. That's Owen.
Yeah, they don't even fucking look related. Like none of the Hart kids resemble one another. It's crazy.
But he looks like the mailman. He looks like the mechanic and shit.
Like you look at Brett and Owen, like they don't look related whatsoever. I don't think they sound related. Any of those motherfuckers talk, they all sound the same.
Yeah, a lot of them have the shaggy hair though. They got a little shag going.
Yeah, but like long blonde hair and long dark hair. And it's craziness. A couple episodes ago, maybe 3 episodes ago, because you had the solo. We talked about Friday the 13th, and I said I was going to go back and watch 4 just to spite you because Crispin Glover's in it. I tried to make Chris, my wife, her watch it. And we're at the part in part 4 where they're sort of driving up to the camp and the dead fuck and put it in the computer. She's like, I don't think I've ever watched a Friday the 13th with you all the way through other than when we saw Jason X at the theater. And I'm like, well, that doesn't count. That's not a Friday the 13th. And she sort of thought I was being an asshole. Like, gotcha. But you and I know, like, there's a difference between the Fridays and the other shit.
Yeah.
Well, especially Fridays 1 through 4, you know. And she's watching. She made it like another 10 minutes, and she's like, "I'm going to bed."
Really?
Yeah, she couldn't.
That was the cutoff?
Well, there wasn't much going on. And they still. That's what I don't get in the original, the first 4 Fridays. In the first movie, I get why you're showing me shoes and hands and shit. We don't know who the killer is. Surprise. We know who the killer is in 2 and 3 and 4.
Well,
towards halfway through 2, we know it's Jason, and then we know for sure it's Jason in 3. We know for sure it's Jason in 4, but we don't get a lot of good shots of Jason. They still give me hands and feet and shit. And 4 was a lot more disappointing than I had remembered. Because I remembered, like, oh, Tom Savini's back, so they're going to have some cool practical effects and stuff. And you didn't really get a lot of that on screen.
No.
Like, you got, apparently that one was so heavily cut, not as much as 7 by the MPAA, but it was really cut down a bunch. And they showed, I went on YouTube and found all these alternate killings in 4. And there's like an alternate, what'd you call it, animatronic Jason death at the end of 4. It
Oh,
looks
really?
way cooler than what we end up getting. It's like way more graphic, and it looks like the top of his head's almost gonna like fall off. And I watched 4, and then she actually did watch 5 all the way through with me.
Okay.
I
Well,
had
five's good.
I had to watch 5. I'd forgotten how weird 5 is. I just had forgotten. Like it took me a while to figure this out, but at no point in the entire movie was any woman wearing a bra. Just like even the
Is that
what's
right?
her name, Pam or whatever, like the lady who runs the place, none of them had bras on. Robot dancing nerd girl didn't have a bra on. Nobody had bras on. The waitress, when the coke guy goes to the ambulance, cokehead ambulance driver goes to pick up the waitress, she doesn't have a bra on. And then she just like shows her titties in the mirror to herself. And Chris and I had a good laugh at that because, like, no, who fucking does that? Surprise! Nobody's in here, but look at my boobs. And then there's a scene. There is a scene where one character, like, I don't remember her name, but she goes upstairs and she's gonna try and fuck one of these dudes. She has a bra on but takes it off.
Good.
And then she like is gonna go to bed, and she goes to bed with no bra on, and just like heaves her chest at the camera in bed. I'm like, who does that happen? Do you know what I didn't know this entire time? That the director of that movie, this is the last Hollywood movie he ever directed, he made porn before this. So it all made sense.
He's like, I've got one move, but it's a real good move.
The sex scene.
Throw him at us, girls. Throw it at me.
The sex scene in the woods. He's like, you don't understand. That was like 10 minutes long in my original cut of the movie. He's like, we shot a porno out there in the woods. That's what he said about part 5. But I really feel for part 5 because they were trying to do some creative shit.
Yeah,
They were
showing
trying.
That's where you show the feet. Suddenly it's an option again. You
Yeah.
know? It's like, or maybe he is dead and it's a copycat. What do we got?
You know what else I didn't realize? We don't see Roy in his hockey mask until the like last 15 minutes of the movie. You see hands, you see weapons, you don't see his coveralls, none of that shit. So you could reconcile in your brain that maybe he just looks like Roy, the ambulance driver. And there's a scene with the greaser kids. They're trying to start their car where they're like, hey, man, what are you doing? But they're not all like, oh, it's Jason. Because maybe he just looks like Roy the whole time. Fucking, we don't know. And maybe he just, for his last, well, I'm going to go get Tommy now. I'm going to dress up like Jason. So maybe he wasn't dressed up like Jason the whole time, which makes more sense. Like he sort of went crazy and just started killing people and was like,
Man.
Then the town, the mayor's like, or the sheriff's like, it's Jason Voorhees. He's back from the dead. And they're like, you're fucking retarded. Like, you're so stupid. And then it wasn't. It could have been a lot better, but
Yep.
but they tried to do something different. And I will say, spiritually, it's the last of the feel of the first 5. You know, there's no real intended campiness to it. They try and keep the music very similar. They try and make it scary, you know, that type of thing. And then we know 6 goes off into the, like, it's gonna make fun of itself, and I love it for its own reasons, but it takes a turn. And 5 is like the last one that sort of is trying to feel like the originals.
Is 6 the telekinesis one?
That's 7. 6 is the grown up adult Tommy.
Oh,
Where now we've had 3 Tommies,
yeah, that one.
and none
I
of
like
them look
that.
alike.
Nope.
And they should all kind of look like Corey Feldman a little bit.
Yeah, they should look very punchable.
Yeah, 6 is, come on, maggot head. Come on, you pussy. Yeah, what's funny about 6 is 5 starts with Tommy having a dream that people dig up Jason. And it starts off, if you don't know that, you're like, this is fucking stupid. Like, Chris didn't know. She's like, why would they dig him up? This is so dumb. I'm like, it'll make sense in a second. Just keep watching. And it's a dream. He's a nightmare, right? Like, then he fucking does that himself in the next movie. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, God bless him. And God bless that movie franchise.
So it was a premonition.
God bless him. And then I kept teasing Chris because Chris was like, I'm okay, we're done, right? We don't have to watch any more of these fucking Friday the 13th. And I'm like, well, in part 6. And I kept doing that, like trolling her all day, like we were going to watch it. And then she didn't know that I had no intention of watching any more of those. I just wanted to watch 4 and 5.
Did what you think of Crispin? My man Crispin.
She wasn't even awake for the dance scene.
I know. She missed so much of his fucking hateable moments.
Yeah. You know what's I will say, as much as you hate him in that the interplay between his character's name is Jimmy and the other guy, the dead fuck guy, his name's Ted. The interplay between those two and their story,
they're bros.
it's like one of the deepest subplots in all of these movies because it starts out with them two talking. We don't give a fuck about anyone else in the car. Not the Superman look-alike looking dude. We don't give a shit about any of them. As far as the kids...
Yeah, they're in the back talking and we're going to listen to them.
Yeah, they're talking and then it keeps going. Like they're talking about... how, well, you dumped BJ Betty, and like, why would you do that? And I heard, the computer says you're a dead fuck. Like, they're going on and on here. Then they run into the twins. You know, I think I forgot that the twins didn't come with them. They just meet the twins in the woods by this cabin on the bikes, riding the bikes. And then they're like, oh, man, there's one for each of us. And then they go skinny dipping, and Jimmy's reluctant. I don't want to go skinny dipping. I'll just do it. And he jumps in there and he goes skinny. Like, he's just progress here. Then
it's a coming of age story.
It's a coming of age story because then one of the twins wants to bang the main character guy that actually really isn't, Paul, and his girlfriend gets all pissed and she goes and swims naked to the raft and dies. And then the other twin goes up with Jimmy, Crispin Glover, the dead fuck, and you know what? They fuck. And you know what? They get to finish and they get to cuddle. And he goes, hey, am I a dead fuck? And she says, no, you were really great. And then she goes to towel off and he's going to go down to get a bottle of wine to celebrate. So there's like this story arc.
A little triumph
of
there.
him being bad with women and sort of nerdy and clumsy. And he dances like an idiot, but then he wins her over and then he does fuck her, and he's not a dead fuck. And it's not like while they're fucking, Jason kills him. No,
Yeah,
they get to go all the way through the whole thing, finish, cuddle. I'm going to go get some wine, and then he gets the corkscrew and then hatchet to the face. But I'm like, damn, that was actually really fleshed out for some guy that's just going to get cleavered in the mouth.
They saw it to the end.
They did.
For some reason.
For some reason. You know what?
This one.
And then Ted, the guy talking the big game, was talking about how Jimmy's a dead fuck. He doesn't get any pussy. And then he finds a stag film, and they're all sort of watching it, and he keeps watching it by himself, smoking pot, and then Jason kills him through the projector. But you know what? The end of 4, it's like pretty terrifying. It's not terrible. 3 I still like better. But 4...
Which one's 4?
So 4 is Tommy Jarvis and his sister and his mom, and they all like live in the cabin and the dead fuck and all them.
Final chapter. That is the Corey one.
Yeah, that's Corey Feldman.
Jesus.
So like those guys come up there just to get murdered, and we get that detailed backstory and plot with dead fuck.
Oh yeah. Oh, the end of 4 is amazing.
The end of 4 is terrifying. They find the Jason Hunter in the woods. You know, he's looking for Jason. He's trying to hunt him down. They never found his body, and he's loose. So that's why this guy pops up and is being all weird. Like, there's a lot going on in 4. And you know what I didn't think about? I always just assumed, remembering this, that their mom, Tommy and what Trish or whatever her name is, their mom dies. She goes outside and she sort of screams, but we never see any of her death. And I'm like, oh, and then they find her body when they go back to the house. They never find her body. Did this bitch even really die? We don't know.
Why did they do that?
I don't know. The only
Because
deleted scene is a dream. So there's a false finish sort of dream sequence like the other ones have that got cut out of 4, where they kill Jason, and like this is like terrifying for me. They kill him and he's just dead in their house, and they're just like sitting on the couch together, like waiting for help to arrive. And I'm like, God damn, can you imagine just like sitting there with dead Jason on the floor, and you're just like, is he really dead? And it turns out she like falls asleep and has a dream that she goes upstairs and like her dead mom jumps out of the bathtub and like pulls her in, and then she wakes up in the hospital. But what we get in the movie is the die Jason die, and it just goes to black, and then she's in the hospital after that with Tommy. But man, that might be one of my favorite ones now.
oh yeah, for sure. The hack, the way the head slides down it, and it's brutal and it's gruesome, which is it's curious to me why they wouldn't show the mom's death. Because it's not like, well, let's not show it. Let's avoid the blood and we'll just do it. Well, we'll do it the PG way.
They don't show
It's like
any of
it's
it.
like you can go, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I always just remembered it wrong. I remember them finding her body, and they never find her body, and you never see her die on screen. Unless on Amazon Prime, these are like, they can't be like PG cuts
Edited?
because there's maybe they're edited, but there's nudity. They're like all the graphic violence and nudity is still there that I remembered, and the swearing and everything. But I swear, Tommy's mom died, but you just never see it. You just assume, right? Because she goes outside and she sort of screams, but you never see blood splatter on the house or anything like that. But part 3 Jason is great, but Ted White is the guy who plays Jason in 4. He has the biggest fucking hands of any Jason I've ever seen. They're gigantic, and I don't know if they put like prosthetics on his hands. It doesn't look like it. He just looks like he's fucking got giant hands. And there are
Big show
scenes where the actor who plays Trish, Tommy's older sister, she looks genuinely terrified when she's got to like walk over him and he gets up and like starts grabbing at her. And then there's another scene where he like pops up and grabs her or something, and the look on her face is like genuine shock and horror. But
good.
how does Tommy shave his head in 38 seconds? That's what I
Oh,
don't
come
get.
on.
Yeah.
You get that Gillette and you
She's so pissed too because she's like, I'm gonna go downstairs, I'm gonna draw him out of here, and then you get the fuck out of here, run. And he's like, nah, yeah, okay, go ahead. And then while she's over there running for her life and like luring Jason away and jumping out of the fucking window, he's just shaving his head like, I got this. Because he finds Jason Hunter's paper clippings. That's the other thing. I as I'm watching, I'm like, how does he get a picture of Jason's bald little kid head? And it's from Jason Hunter guy's like personal effects. He like finds him on his dead body. But man, that big ass Jason is so creepy. When he like busts through the window and grabs Tommy and she's smacking him with the hand. Ugh, golly. So I just wanted to talk about it because I watched it like I said I would. We just didn't get to talk about it because you had to do a solo spot. And I'll watch that one again for sure. For sure. I have something planned out that I want to do with the show. I'd like to do like a companion for each Friday the 13th where you and I sit down and watch them and do like commentary tracks, and we can put those out because
damn.
I could go a lot of places with that. And I think, didn't we do it with one of the Halloweens? Did we do it with 4 or 5?
Yeah, I'll have to see what we did.
I think we did it with one of the Halloweens before.
That was fun though.
It was. We did
That
one with
was
Big
fun.
Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Great fucking movie. So those, man, Friday the 13th was just, that one was just scary. I remember the first time seeing it too. So I just watched 3. My cousin just wanted to skip 1 and 2. He's like, fucking look, Jason's not even in 1. It's really
He looks
boring.
stupid in 2.
In 2, he's got a fucking sack on his head. And he's like, I know you want to see the hockey mask. We're going to start with 3. We watched 3, and I was so excited. I was like 10 years old, I think. 90, yeah, I was 10 years old. I was so excited. I'm finally getting to see these unedited, the R-rated versions. Not supposed to. And
Yeah.
we start watching 3, and I'm like fucking terrified by the end of 3. And he's like, we only got like 7 more to go. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be great. And then 4 like just scared the fucking shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
After,
That's one.
because like you watching 3 and 4 back to back as a little kid, that's just one long and two as well, like one long weekend of terror, right? But man, you're fucking watching that. 2, we talked about this before. 2, 3, and 4. That's like a week, maybe tops. You know, because there's always like night to day.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe it's 4, 5 days of just massacring these kids in the woods. So when you're on part 4 and you're thinking, why would people still be living out here? Like that shit just happened a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Like this murder spree gets cleaned up at the beginning of 4. The cops are there. They're taking pictures. They take the body to the morgue. So I'm like, God damn, I know he's not dead. He's going to start whacking people at the morgue. And I just wasn't prepared for how fucking scary it is at the end. I love it.
It is. Like, God, he's not dead. He's gonna come back and get you. God damn it.
And he doesn't even got to get his mask. Like that shit's still on his head at the morgue. The guy's watching that weird workout channel on TV.
Yeah. There was a lot of that in those type of horror movies. Somebody was always watching a TV isolated, and they were always watching some weird exercise. There was Halloween 2, right? What's he watching in Halloween 2 in the hospital? One of the nursemans.
I think they're
watching
watching
TV.
the news.
Nah, that's workout.
He's watching Jamie Lee Curtis in that workout movie with John Travolta. What's that called? Man, do you even know what I'm talking about?
A Fish Called Wanda?
No.
I don't know.
It's a. So John Travolta had done like Saturday Night Fever and then Grease. So he had like this string of like, I'm like this hunky dancing, singing dude, right?
He's a theater. Mm-hmm.
And then like the next movie was him and Jamie Lee Curtis, but it was like aerobics workout dance movie. What the fuck was that called? Babe, do you remember what that was called?
I'm gonna do a search.
You know what I'm talking about? And Jamie Lee Curtis was just on fire in that movie. Her little workout outfit. Jeez Louise, man.
Man,
And
when you fucking Google this, the images you see, holy shit, this is awesome.
You found it though?
Yeah,
What's
do you want
it
to know why
called?
you can't remember the name of this stupid fucking movie? Because of the title, which is simply Perfect.
What?
It's called
That's
Perfect.
dumb.
It's so dumb. You can't do that.
What is it, 80, 81?
No one's going to remember that. 85.
No, it isn't.
1985.
You're fucking kidding me.
Yeah, sure. Nope.
Why would that? Man. Whew. Okay, so anyway,
I'm mad now. Who names it that? Come on, guys.
there's parts of it worth watching though. Go on YouTube. They're safe for YouTube. They'll be on there. Yeah, he is watching. You know what? He does change the channel in the hospital, doesn't he? In Halloween too.
Yep.
You know what? We'll just have to watch all
Nice.
those together too.
I'm gonna have to do that. Yep. It's on the list.
So I just wanted to talk about Friday because it came up. I didn't want to make this whole episode about Friday the 13th, but it came up.
But speaking of scary movies, I saw a scary movie at the theater today, Jim. Went to the
Child's Play
movies.
again.
I was like, I just think he's so sweet. I want to see him again.
It was
big
like
screen.
breaking my heart hearing you describe how he's like, we're just buddies, right? And he's like, "Yep, let's kill him."
gotta kill him. Oh,
Friends,
shit.
friends till the end. And they're just smashing the shit out of him. That poor little tyke.
I'm gonna re-edit that movie. Oh, but no, I went and I saw Annabelle Come Back Home. Whatever the fuck what is it?
That can't be.
It's another stupid title.
Hey, Annabelle,
Uh,
where'd you go, babe? What is
let me
this,
see
like
what-
the 9th one?
It's only the third. It's Annabelle Comes Home. Yeah, Annabelle, get back here, you bitch. I'm like, why is it a
What's the
sentence?
first
I
one
don't
called?
like it. Annabelle.
And the second one?
Annabelle Creation.
That's the title I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought
no,
that was the
it's
first one.
Annabelle's got to get on the train to get back home. What's so stupid? But I went to my local Marcus Theater, and I
Homebound.
love,
Annabelle
lo-
4.
I loved it. It was nice to be back. But I did a movie sin while I was in that theater, Jim. I did a movie sin. You want to guess what my movie sin was? My theater sin.
You were on your phone.
I was not on my phone. How dare you?
Well, geez, I
How
didn't know.
dare
You didn't
you?
say if it was a mortal sin or what. You did a movie sin. Now, is this something? Is there a way for you to give me a little bit of a hint without giving it away?
Personal hygiene.
Oh God, you farted.
No, I mean maybe, but no,
Oh, okay.
no. Any more guesses? This is great.
Personal hygiene. You
Personal
farted.
hygiene.
No.
You know the things you do at a theater, what you wear to the theater.
Did you wear like a tank top or something?
I didn't wear a tank top. I wore shorts though, and it wasn't great. The plans were kind of rushed.
They got
because
the
of
like
my Ethernet.
leather-esque seats there, right?
Yeah.
Sticky.
Everywhere has it. Sticky.
Mm.
Damn, it was sticky. And like you press the recline button and you can just feel your legs like grab the leather and the leather grab you
It's
back.
like pulling,
and I'm,
tugging on
and I'm
you.
just, and I'm just like, oh, we're one now. Okay. And you know, you shift your legs to try to maybe you're gonna cross them this way now, and it's just like
Yeah, peel.
it's like, oh, it's so bad. And I'm trying not to think of all the other disgusting legs on this fucking fabric that's
And
now
money
touching my
shots and
disgusting.
everything.
Oh yeah, because I sat in the back left, so I'm like, there's definitely. cum
Oh,
on
you
these
don't
seats.
sit back there with shorts on. What the hell is wrong with you? Jesus Christ, Dale. I want to go sit in the back left and the reclining vinyl seats with shorts on. Oh.
Oh.
You know how much seed you were touching? You have babies growing out of your leg hairs.
But what are the reasons that I
Leg
just
babies, Dale.
no more leg babies. Local theaters, they all have their fucking little stingers before the movie, like, hey, turn off your cell phones,
Oh,
be
yeah.
polite. I haven't been in the movies in a month or two, and it's the same shit. It's like, silence your phones, turn off your this, or you might be asked to leave.
Try
And
not
I
to
said-
come on the seats.
No leg babies in Marcus theaters, please. But I've never heard them say, or you might be asked to leave. Normally it's just like, hey, be cool. But
That's true.
There's a little threat this time.
That's true. Just silence your phones. And
I pop for it.
you get up and start pointing and shit.
I was just like, ooh. I did give out a little ooh. I went, ooh.
Ooh.
They're not fucking around. This isn't please be cool. This is, we'll get you.
Man. So how was the movie? Did you like it?
Oh no, the movie sucked.
Oh, it sucks.
No, the movie. I like the second one. I'm dying over here. This one relied too much on jump scares, which is unfortunate. It was written and directed by one of the guys responsible for It, which I'm a big fan of.
You know?
You know? I'm a big fan of it. Also, The Nun, which is also in the same universe, the Scary Nun movie.
Not The Witch.
Not the Vivitch, not the witch. This is the nun. Part of the same universe. I had high hopes for that. That was dog shit. And this movie is that guy's directorial debut.
Okay, so this isn't. Is this the same one with that lady? Who's that old lady that's in all those other movies?
That's sinister.
Sinister, not the same universe.
Not the same universe, I don't believe. Not if there is, there
It's
is no
amazing you knew what the
crossover.
fuck I was talking about. That lady was in that movie. You're like, I know.
that old lady.
Yeah. Okay.
She was the fucking teacher in Nightmare on Elm Street.
No shit. God damn, we gotta watch those too.
I gotta watch those. But yeah, this one relied a little too much on jump scares. And one of the reasons I like Conjuring, Conjuring 2, and Annabelle Creation was there were just some clever moments, like some clever scare play. And like 'cause I knew there'd be a lot of the jump scares here, cliche this, stuff we've seen before, but those movies still had a couple of tricks up their sleeves. There were no tricks up any sleeves. There was no sleeves. It was tank top weather in this fucking theater. They didn't do much, and that was disappointing to me.
That's a
Al-
bummer.
Also, the whole film, and I saw it happening right in front of my eyes, and I said, "You motherfuckers!" The whole film takes place inside the Warrens' house, so it's a single location movie.
Not even like the surrounding exteriors of the house.
Yeah, they do a little outside,
Okay,
and like they bookend it away from the house, but 95% of the movie
that's lame.
inside the house. Um, if they had variety, see, it was young girl goes into a room. It's quiet and dark. Something's moving. She can't see the thing behind her doing a thing. Sub scare, boom, real scare, haha. It was every time it would be a different character going into a different room, somehow always getting split up because these two girls are babysitting the Warren's daughter. And the one girl wants to get into the spooky room where all the fucked up shit is because she wants to talk to spirits. And you find out she wants to talk to spirits, um, and which is this is the only good thing that I really liked because I was like, why does she want to get in this room so fucking bad? I was just like, this is lazy. And then you find out her dad recently died and she wants to talk, and I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
Hmm.
So it's just there was just nothing new.
You know who does
Nothing new.
the house and the rooms and the stuff? It does that really well. Is Halloween 2018. They set that up. That's just the end. They're in the house.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
works.
oh
You got
yeah, sure. That
variety.
that and when in the babysitting scene there, near the middle with the little
Mm.
boy,
Oh
they
god,
do they
so
do scary they do scary house there.
scary
Yeah,
house.
they do scary. They do scary house fucking well multiple times when he's just walking from house to house. It's great.
I don't
What a
get the
great
jump
movie.
scare thing. Like to me, like going back to Friday Part 4, the most terrifying parts are the scenes where the the main characters are there and Jason is there, and it's just a feeling of impending doom. It's not when he pops out of the window, or it's just like there they all are together, and you're just like, oh god, go away, get somebody leave this scene. I can't handle this tension of them all being on screen together. Like some bad shit's gonna happen. And like to me, jump scares are when there's a jump scare, there's usually like an opportunity for escape, or it's like a quick death or something. There's no impending doom. Like the
I
impending doom is what scares the shit out of me in horror movies.
Yeah, it's a great tool, and I'm not shitting on jump scares. I love a good jump scare. I love multiple jump scares, but it was easily over 10,
That's too
and I
much.
was like, all right, guys, all right.
When they false you out, like, oh, it's the cat, oh, it's the bunny, Muffy, oh,
Well,
the dog.
that's one of the main moves. It's the falsy followed by the quick true scare. So they lull you into that false sense. Oh, it was just oh shit, no, it wasn't.
You know what they should do is just like quick cut to Kevin Durant's like Achilles blowing out. like oh shit, this is a really tense scene, and then you just got to see his leg just shaking, blah 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 blah. Blah. That would really scare the shit out of people, make them throw up.
So Jim, what if it's a single location house story? What do you think the budget is for this?
$8 million.
A little, almost significantly higher. Significantly higher. One more guess.
Significantly higher. It's the one
Significantly
goddamn
higher.
house. Everything's
I know.
digital.
I know. That's why it surprised me. Oh, there's so much fucking fog in this movie. There's more fog in this movie than the movie The Fog.
19
It's
million.
nuts. 27.
What? Why? Why can't you make one of these movies, Dale, and just get a check?
I
Like they're all like you never like any of them. They're never good, really, and it's easy. Just get one of these knocked out. Just
know.
get you like a $1
Telling you.
million check. Just bail.
Trying.
I think we need
I,
to pay
I,
the writer a little bit more.
I would have guessed 14 million, and for it to be 27. What did we spend it on?
Yeah.
All the actors are pretty much unknown, except from the main Warrens.
Need to get Mikey Rotundo in
Last-
there doing audit. The fuck? Where are we losing money here?
Yeah, Rotundo. Oh, that's good.
So, I saw a movie when we were in Florida. I saw Toy Story 4. We saw it with the whole family. It was full disclosure, I've never seen a Toy Story movie. I've seen bits, I've seen scenes. It's been on at a kid's birthday party when I was like 12 and had no interest, like that type of thing. Like I know the characters and stuff and the To Infinity and Beyond, blah blah blah. That shit. Randy Newman.
Randy.
Yeah. I like toys. Toy Story. So I'm going into the fourth one, just kind of knowing the main beats, right? Like I don't remember what toys show up in which movie. I kind of know the ones that have been there from the start. I actually really liked it. Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom was great, like as awesome as you would think it would be. And like the ending is really, they get you. Pixar get you with them endings, man.
Oh, they're very good at the endings.
It's a great ending. Like, my 9-year-old was like crying at the end. Like, legit was like not trying to cry and was like, the end was kind of sad though. Like, I know,
What'd you guys
buddy.
think of the ending?
I know, buddy. It was.
Yeah, threes. Yeah, they almost all of them. They have that.
So
sad
3 is
moments.
like the main character. Andy goes off to college at the end, right? And like gives all his toys away, or is that?
Yeah, to a little girl, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's like the main character in this one.
Okay.
But then there's
main
sort of
human?
like a flashback scene from Andy. We get a little Andy flashback
Oh.
that's plays into one of the main plots of the
Okay.
movie, and it's man, just hits you, Lord. Oh God, it's rough.
Good though, funny.
Good, yeah, good, funny, and like good depth for the characters too.
Oh yeah.
Like it hits you in some places. I'll say there wasn't a ton of Tim Allen in it.
Oh, a lot of the other one.
A ton of
Sound.
Woody. Well, it's like mostly Woody, and there's a new character named Forky.
Yep, saw him in the trailer.
And,
Is there a famous voice behind that you know of?
You know what? I Googled it because I thought it was this comedian because it sounds just like him. I'm like, that'd be a fucking big job for this guy to land, and it wasn't him, and I don't remember who it is now at all.
Oh, it's Tony Hale
I don't know who that
from
is.
Arrested Development.
Yeah,
He
okay.
plays Buster. Buster.
Yeah. I want to say like Christina Hendricks is one of the. It's like the bad guy toy. But man,
Yep, she's in here.
it's just it goes deeper than you think it's gonna go, and
Yeah, you got to see the others. Have you seen the others?
good.
They on the list?
I heard like
Catch up.
you can sort of skip one. I heard like 2 is really good, and like 3 is supposed to be like all the Toy Story kids are grown up and they see this movie and then they cry.
Yeah.
But I've not seen any of the other ones really.
Toy Story 1's definitely worth it. I wouldn't skip it, but
Annie Potts is
the other
back.
two are better. Yeah, isn't that great?
I love Annie Potts.
I'm so excited. She's going to be in the new Ghostbusters. They're making a new Ghostbusters, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Mhm.
heard about this. I don't
Oh,
believe it.
do we have time? Do we even have the time for Ghostbusters 2020?
We
Do we
could
have the
talk.
time for Ghostbusters 2020? Is the name of it?
Well, we were supposed to talk about Halloween. You teased that.
I did. I did
Now,
tease
how
that.
deep can we just talk about that a little bit, or is this going to be too deep of a conversation?
No, it's just an announcement. It's just an announcement that they are making it. I mean, they weren't making it before, and now they're actually making it. Laurie Strode is going to be back, the daughter character, and so, all those people are in talks. But Laurie Strode is back, and
Alison,
yeah, yep,
Alicion.
Allison, and we got a date, October 16th, 2020.
Oh God! Right before the election, it's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
so
such.
tense.
Oh, we might need this movie to
Right.
do well to carry us.
I might have to go see it again after. Oh man, I tried watching those debates.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
MSNBC, man, there's like 20 candidates that were in these debates. They had to split it up over 2 fucking nights. And then they had to figure out what's their A town, what's their B town, like old school WWF. So they're like, well, we'll have Elizabeth Warren in this one. She can main event this one. And then Bernie's in the next one. And Joe Biden. We'll see them. Well, maybe they can work a program together. And Joe just looked lost. He just looked like, my teeth are really white. What?
Oh,
What? Come again?
oh, Sleepy Joe.
Oh, Sleepy Joe, man.
Oh,
Woo,
Sleepy Joe.
that was
Live it
rough.
up to the name.
I'll give it up for him though. They're like, look, we can't fuck this up. Everyone thinks it's gonna be rigged against Bernie. We gotta have all 20 of these motherfuckers on these debates. It's gonna take
gonna
2
make
nights, but we'll get it done.
We're gonna make the ring bigger for the largest battle royal.
Yeah.
I
We'll
was
have 3
watching it
rings.
because I was playing Overwatch with Torrid it's on in the background. I'm just like the money that the podium makers made.
Yeah, they light up
this
and
week.
shit.
Holy shit! That industry boomed. Boomed.
And Elizabeth Warren got to talk a lot in the first one. So anytime anyone else got asked a question, it didn't even, you could have not even said, you could have just said, tell me a bit about yourself. Like, nobody answered any questions. They're like, well, my record shows this, and I come from this type of family, and blah. I'm just getting my shit in because who knows when I'll get to talk again.
Fuck your question.
Right.
This is my time. No one's going
light
to remember
up-
your question. They're going to remember the things
podiums.
that. Yeah, one thing they did that I didn't like was they would introduce a new person and they would have the little lower third with their name. And it's just like, okay, that's who this person is. But then it would fade away. And I'm like, no. Keep their names up.
In
'cause I
fact, can
don't
you
know
show
who they
that
are.
every time, please? For
Yep,
the whole
just
time
keep
they're
it up.
talking.
Yeah. Because I was just like, who's this guy again? Who's this Goomba looking son of a bitch? I don't know these
And
people.
there was one lady where it was just like, author. Like, oh, just letting anybody into these fucking debates now, huh? Just author. Yeah, I wrote a book. I'm going to be president one day.
Self-published
her
it through
name.
Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then a lot of the times, instead of making themselves stand out, they'd be like, fuck this Donald Trump guy is all they're trying to get them cheap pops.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's like, fuck Stephanie McMahon, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Goddamn right. Well, I think we can wrap this one up. I think we can wrap this one up.
Nice little bow.
I have more dad bod news next week.
Sweet.
Got some show. We got a show coming up. Add some song. We almost had a show coming up this Friday. It didn't end up working out. It was one of these last minute things. It would have been cool to do a
show.
Yeah.
Pop-up show. Is that what they call it?
Show. But
Kip up.
We'll have a little dad bod news. We'll have a little Bold Hearts news. A little bit.
All right. Sprinkle it. Yeah.
Sprinkle
Little announcements.
Little
like
announcements.
Release dates. October 16th, 2020. So that's going to do it for episode 78. Thanks for listening. I'm Annabelle. Come back home, you dumb bitch.
I'm Leg Babies.